Hi, and in this video we're going to begin Key Area 2.7, the pathology of cardiovascular disease, by looking at the process of atherosclerosis, or the hardening of arteries. So atherosclerosis is damage to the artery wall, where you see the build-up or the accumulation of fatty material, cholesterol being the major culprit, but also other fibrous materials and calcium, for example, which will build up and start to form a plaque or an atheroma, and this is beneath that endothelial layer, the lining of the wall of the artery. So as the atheroma then begins to grow, the artery thickens, it loses its elasticity, and the diameter of the lumen becomes much reduced and thus restricts the blood flow to the organ or structure this artery supplies and ultimately increases blood pressure. If you haven't already done so, I do recommend going back and watching the video on the anatomy of the different blood vessels so you can compare the normal, the healthy artery to one that's undergone this atherosclerosis process. So the health consequences or the outcomes of atherosclerosis does very much depend on which artery the atheroma is forming within, but this is the root cause of many of the different cardiovascular diseases. For example, it could be within the coronary artery, so restriction to blood flowing to the heart itself could result in angina, or if there's a complete blockage, then it could even result in a heart attack. If it affects blood flow to the brain, it may result in a stroke, or if it affects one of the minor blood vessels, such as going to the leg, then it could cause peripheral vascular disease. So let's try a past paper question. Pause the video, write your response, and hit play when you want to reveal the answer. So the question tells us a man's blood pressure was measured at 160 over 100. Again, if you need a reminder on this, there should be a video on blood pressure. But with that in mind, explain how atherosclerosis could have caused this high blood pressure. So 2 marks. So for the first mark, you could have said fatty material or cholesterol or fibrous material, calcium builds up, or an atheroma or plaque forms. And then for mark 2, you can say the diameter of the lumen cavity channel of the artery is reduced, or there's loss of elasticity in the arterial wall. So artery, arterial is underlined there. You must be clear that this is happening within an artery specifically. So hopefully this has helped, but if you do have any questions, please let me know.